I glaze pots like this in 2 goes. I begin by coating only the outside by dunking it like this. The lid itself is then dipped as a whole, and then once the outside layer on the jar has dried out, I pour more glaze inside, swirl it around and tip it out. The waxed rim of the pot prevents much of the glaze from peeling over onto the outside layer. But there's often a drip or two that needs to be tidied up, which I do with a paring knife, slicing this droplet away until the surface is flush. I also use a long sponge on a stick to smooth over any inconsistencies on the interior surface. The glaze itself is dried into a really powdery surface. This makes it both easy to tidy up and chip and damage, which makes this one of the most difficult processes in this pot's creation. Despite the top and bottom being waxed, there's always some glaze that clings onto it. So I tend to get rid of the worst of the glaze with a knife, and then the jar goes back onto the wheel and I run a damp sponge over these waxed regions until they're completely clean, all glaze residue removed. Once the lid itself is also tidied up, in preparation for firing, I place a number of waddings on the waxed area underneath the lid, propping it on top of the jar, the 2 components separated by these small discs of clay. The vessel is then reduction fired to cone 10, the lid is carefully cracked off, and then to smooth the join between body and lid, I spread some valve lapping paste in between the 2 and grind them together. And here's how the finished object looks.